Hey, I'm Andrew, your crypto guy on the internet, and indeed, the blood diamond on Market CIPHER for Bitcoin's weekly chart has been confirmed. Does that mean you should run naked screaming down the street? No. A weekly indication is a whole week's worth of data. We still have time to play. Really, this should play out over the next few weeks, theoretically. But so far, based on how the market has reacted today, it's really not that bad yet. Okay, so let's look on what happened ever since. We actually have been respecting the same channel. I thought we would break to the downside. For sure, I thought we were breaking to the downside. But no. In fact, earlier today we had some strong buy volume that respected our range here, bounced off, and here's where we are again. So some people are arguing that we will revisit 44.5 over the next 30 days. And then from there, it divides. Some people say we get rejected and get sent down to the mid-30s, maybe even the low 30s. Others are saying that, hey, if we rally up to 44.5, we're going to have the horsepower to break on all the way back up to the top of the range, like we have before, right? Could happen again. Sure. But what's going on with the Dixie? Okay, now this one chart has two completely different ways to look at it. The bearish way to look at it is, hey, yeah, the United States has the worst inflation ever, but so does everybody else. And due to this Russia-Ukraine war and the supply chain issues, COVID lockdowns in China, the world is going to be leaning on the American dollar to get us through this dark time that will be coming, okay? Combine that with the Fed raising rates, making it more difficult to get free money, does in fact strengthen the dollar globally. And if you look even at Market CIPHER, it's got a lot of horsepower behind the dollar, so we should see the dollar raising up higher. It might even break through this 103 that we've been visiting. Could happen. Now, if the dollar is strong, then Bitcoin is usually weakened. But when the dollar comes down, even a little bit, even just like 8%, Bitcoin historically explodes in value. And so the bearish case is, at least bearish for Bitcoin, in that, look, the dollar is going to be strong globally while we're also dealing with hardcore inflation problems locally. Bottom line is, Bitcoin's going nowhere for a while because the dollar's going to be taken over. Okay. The other argument is, yeah, the dollar's going to hit where it usually goes up to around 102, 103, and then it's going to come down over the course of this next year. And when it comes down, that's the major bull run for Bitcoin. The biggest, best bull run ever over the next year, 2 years. Okay. So then we have the entity adjusted dormancy flow. And this is what bulls love. They have this chart framed in their office, and they go, look, every time we get in this green area here, that's the signal of the next bull run. We're 5 for 5 on that so far. What's to keep it from happening a 6th time? Sure. That's some good evidence, Your Honor, and you will see, okay? And then we also have some good news here. I mean, with this fella from Evercore on CNBC says that inflation has peaked and we're going to start recovering here real soon. The worst is here. It's coming to an end. We're going to have a soft landing. He doesn't see a recession coming. And officially, neither does the Fed. But the world sucks. Okay, it's bad. There's serious supply chain issues and they're not going anywhere. Okay, they're here to stay. There's problems. Not enough truckers. Too many Chinese people locked in their houses not building our stuff. It's going to be rough for a while, okay? And so you have the bearish case in that. But really, does a recession really affect Bitcoin in one way or the other? Like, we've seen Bitcoin go up or down depending on a recession fear or not. So, yeah, it's been kind of bullish the entire time during Bitcoin's lifespan, to be fair. Bitcoin is a product of a 12-year bull run, but we've had bearish times in between. There were some bearish years. and Bitcoin's still here. And that was in the early days. Now we have some mass adoption coming, and you could argue that the worst is already priced in. I've heard that too. So, bottom line is we really don't know just yet. And I hate to tell you that, but we got to look at this stuff day to day. Like today was a nice gasp of air. Okay, we got some green for once, and are we going to make it halfway? Are we going to make it all the way over the next 30 days? Or are we going to break to the downside, which on a bearish flag does occur about 70% of the time. And we just play the odds on this channel. We can't predict everything. But the odds are we're going to break to the downside, okay? But while we're in here, take some profit, right? And we already have, last night, I don't know if you were around, but Luna dumped hard and fast down to 77, 78. And then today I woke up and it was at $90, $89. I luckily DCA'd at $78, like, let me just get a little, who knows, right? And then I sold it today and made a nice profit. And so there's still little diamonds in the rough. They're not all blood diamonds. Some of them are just the diamonds you like, you know, the kind that you get for your wife when you make a quick profit on Luna, right? So there's still some good news along with the bad news. And we're just going to play this day to day. I think we'll be all right. Bottom line is keep a cool head. If we do break to the downside, that's an opportunity for you, okay? DCA on every major level. So the next major one is still like 37.5. I'll probably DCA at 37. If we break through there, that's a free fall, okay? Some are charting all the way down to 29K, okay? Now I think it's gonna be real hard to get lower than that, but you know I'm going to be dollar cost averaging all the way down because I can afford to. Hopefully you can too. If you can't, get another job, okay? We need to feed the monster. Now's your chance to DCA when you see these big dips and hold. Because when the market recovers, and it always does, especially with Bitcoin, your profit margin will be that much bigger. So hang on. We haven't seen the end of the world yet. Yes, the blood diamond is real. But it does take some time for the damage of that foretelling to actually play out. So we'll see what happens.